G'day, I'm Jo Starling. I'm an avid female fisher and I've been chasing all sorts of fish all over the country for, geez, I don't know, 15, 20 years. Most seriously in the last 10 years and in the southern waterways in the last 5 years since I've been with my husband Steve. I'm sure you all know him a little better than you know me. Coming from Darwin and chasing barramundi in croc-infested waters, the whole concept of being in a kayak, it was completely foreign. It didn't look like it had much future in it for me. But since I moved down south, it seems to me to be the epitome of fishing freedom. I don't need petrol, I don't need deep water. I'd be able to fish wherever I wanted, so I've always wanted to give it a crack. You can imagine how delighted I was when I got my hands on this native watercraft 12.5 Mariner. Just the other week actually, and I've spent some time tricking it up. We've got the Lowrance sounder and a few other bits and pieces, some rod holders, and this weekend was my first maiden voyage. So whilst I'm a fairly adequate fisher, it was a bit daunting going out in the waterways on something that I thought might tip me out. Still, I think it'd be unfair if I came back from my maiden voyage and told you stories about landing cracker fish and stuff like that. That didn't happen. But I did hook up to some fish and I had some nice follows and I made all the rookie mistakes that you can expect. So I'll tell you about those a little later. What I'd love to do is tell you about how I found this kayak. It's a pedal kayak as opposed to a paddle kayak. I can paddle, but this one has a propeller. And it's just been amazing. It lets me, the manoeuvrability lets me go forwards, backwards. I've got a little rudder here that I can steer. And I've got to say, there's enough to think about when my feet are working and my hands are casting and all of that sort of thing. I've got to take my hat off to the people who paddle over pedal and fish. I don't think I'll ever give that a crack. I think I've been sold on this whole concept of pedaling on the water as opposed to paddling. The manoeuvrability and the stability of this craft is just incredible. I've been able to fish standing up, I've been able to lean over and alter the rudder to make sure my drift is going in the direction that I wanted. I've been able to cast, I've been able to troll. At a relaxed speed, it travels at about 2.1 knots we worked out, so that's not a bad paddling speed. And of course I can get much more power out of it if I really give it a good romp. But yeah, standing, moving around, shifting my weight, it's as stable as you can imagine. And it's really good for getting snags out because I can go backwards, get back in there, stand up, reach up. I've had no trouble. It hasn't tried to tip me out once. We've even had wakeboarders around us, which hasn't been awesome for the fishing. But once again, the native watercraft just held the water true. I was standing up and I didn't feel like I was in danger at any stage. So it's just an awesome fishing craft in that respect. My rookie mistakes, well, I did hook up to a beautiful brown trout. Came up beside the boat. I had it right here for probably 2 minutes while I struggled to get my net, which right now is easily stowed and easily accessible, but at the time it was locked in nice and tight in case, through my my anxiety, in case I toppled over and started losing my gear. So I lost the fish instead. That's got to be probably the first rookie mistake that many kayakers make, I reckon. If you're interested in finding out some more, get on their website, and I hope that across the coming months and perhaps years, you'll join me and Steve for more adventures on the show, and you might be able to watch me make a few more mistakes. Hopefully you'll come along for the ride and learn with me. I guess that's yak fishing.